I'm sitting here trying to be the good dude, doing the honey-do list, knocking things off the list, but the Ring doorbell just went off. And that means happy new bow day. It's Mach 30 from PSE. Let's go check it out. So I'm gonna take you with me. Let's see what we got. Ooh, yeah, I see it. Ugh, it's bright. There it is. It's a shorter box than normal. And try not to knock off the wife's reefs. So we've got, yeah, PO says wrong-handed. Thanks, Gaius. And then there we go. Try to get it open. Oh, little signature and love note from Gaius Carter. I won't be throwing this box away. I'll keep it forever. All right, let's open it up. Take a look at it. All right, so let's unbox this bad boy. Take a look at it. First thing that is in the box. So I asked for a shim kit. Dealers have these, so if you buy the bow, you know, obviously it'll be at a dealer, and as they kind of set it up for you, they should have these. If you are kind of one of those that likes to tinker or play at the house, I definitely recommend getting this. This is the Easy 220 shim system, which is awesome. I'm glad they kept that on this bow. Like I said, tuning's a breeze. Let's take a look. You want to see it? You want to see? Should I just tease you a little bit? Let's take a look. All right. Wow. I can already tell you it's a total different carbon bow than what we've seen from PSE in the past. Good grief. That is fine. Oh wow, yeah, we've got a lot going on here we can talk about. Yeah, so here it is. Man, I love the colors on it. Oh man, they have, I don't know if you could see that or not, but it's trying to focus on me, but really clean Mach 30. Yeah, gosh, this is fire. Riser's completely different. Before we get into that though, here's a nice surprise. So if you've looked around on some of the forums or seen comments on the past bows, a lot of people have asked for this, and the Levitate and the Mach 30 that I'm sitting over there only have the upper stabilizer mount, and this one has the lower mount as well, and I think a lot of people are going to be happy about that. So this, I'm not sure what you call this, but you could keep it in. You know, dampens vibration. Oop. It's good. It's good. We're good. But yeah, and that's a lot. It doesn't really weigh a lot either if you wanted to keep that on, but I'm sure it sucks up some vibration, probably some noise. This is awesome for me, particularly on some of the past PSE bows. I've got, you know, like the Omen, the Fortis 33 is typically, I like to run about a 12 or 15 inch bar in most cases, but you could turn a 12-inch bar, you know, into much more by putting a lower mount. I do like the weight being lower. It's kind of personal preference, but I like to run my stabilizers from the bottom. I just find that it really handles a lot better for me. But like, say, you know, if you needed the versatility, like an example is, you know, if you're hunting out of a ground blind, and I've had this happen where I have it mounted in the bottom, I've got a, you know, 12 or 15 inch bar on it, and I'm not able to, you know, come to full draw in the blind. could restrict it. So a lot of times I'll just pull that off and then pop it up top to give me some clearance in the blind. I mean, you're getting, you know, probably 4 or 5 inches, something like that, 4.5 inches, I were to guess, of additional kind of clearance and versatility in that bar. But that's awesome. I'm glad they did that. Wow, we've got a lot going on up here. So this is the pick rail. So the past bows usually have been on the carbons only mount here, which they're still there. So if you still want to do a direct mount or run a dovetail for whatever reason, you can do that. But I don't know why you would. I have the pick rail on the Fortis 33 and love how tight it brings everything in and you know, balances the weight. So that is there. Super stoked to see that. They've been able to incorporate that on the carbon bows. And then right here, you've got a new roller guard. So again, that's I know machined aluminum is what it looks like. Roller guard. It's got some screws in it, so I'm not sure. Maybe that's for accessories or something to come. Who knows? We'll see. I think that's pretty cool. Love to know what else can be done with that, but that's a good look. In the past, it's just been like basically just a carbon rod that sticks out of the riser there. You don't have the adjustability, which you didn't have that on the Levitate or the Mach 34, which you don't really need with the shim system. You still have your you know, your yoke system there. For macro and micro tuning, you've got same as the other carbon bows. You've got the integrate kind of rest system, which I'll pop that off and put a Hamskea COR, and I'll run an Epsilon, I think, on this guy, but you do have that option as well. And as I was saying earlier, the riser is completely different. I mean, how sexy is that? How sexy is that? So, you know, again, I'm sure that probably stiffens things up a bit. You know, I'm sure they've been really good, I think, on, you know, how stiff these things are regardless, but the dampening that you get out of their designs on the carbon bows, they're actually really quiet, you know, compared to some of the other offerings. Also, keep in mind, this is not carbon wrapped aluminum like some of the other quote unquote carbon bows. This is purely, it's their dead frequency carbon, which is just really fantastic. Again, I've got that on the Levitate and the Mach 34. Specs on this, I don't have a data card on the bow. There was some paperwork here. Excuse me, let me just consult with the floor. Some warranty, buyer's guide, sticker, nope, no data card. So once I get all the specs, I don't even have the specs yet, I will put that in the comments. Specs by meaning, of course, it's 30, it's gonna be a 30 inch axle to axle. Brace height, we'll see, looks like it's closer to 6 if I were to guess, which the Mach 34 was around 7 inches. The Levitate is around 6 inches. So looking at the design of it, I would imagine it's going to spit out some pretty good speeds compared to the Mach 34 especially. Not sure what the IBO rating is on it, but what we will do from here is I'm going to get it set up. So I'll do just kind of my basic setup procedure on a bow. Have the stock strings on it for now. We won't do a string change because, again, I don't know the lengths of the strings or cables, so that'll be, you know, kind of later. Probably throw some A3 bloodline strings on this guy. And what color strings do you think I should put? You know, I like the yellows. Some flow yellow I think would look pretty fire, but put a comment below. Let me know. What do you think I should run? Green? Orange, something more fancy. I don't know, let me know. But aside from that, we're gonna get it set up. I'll get some arrows through the chrono for you. I will throw some different arrow weights in there. I'm around a 29 inch draw. I think this is 70-pound limbs, I believe. So again, we'll find that out. Pretty sure that's what it will come out at. And yeah, I'll shoot it some, give you my first impressions, and yeah, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. All right, so let's get some speeds for you. I'm going to shoot a 450 grain arrow and a 500 grain arrow and see what we get out of it. The bow is 29 inches of draw length, and it's pulling just over 70 pounds, close to 71 pounds. Let's see what we get. So there you have it. This bow absolutely rips in terms of speeds. I love those speeds. You know, definitely on the high end of my range. I'm, you know, a 280 to 290 guy with a 450 grain arrow. Has been usually my recipe for success in many cases. So can't complain with that. And look, this is my third, I'm gonna be real honest with you, this is my third PSE carbon bow, and they are all just fantastic. I think they're the best bows you can get your hands on right now in the market. There's just something special about them. I don't know what PSE does. They sprinkle some voodoo magic in these bows. You know, the shot experience is great. They're quiet, they're dead, you know, they're light, and you can put, you know, your weight where you want it in terms of stabilizers. That's why I like the lightness is, you know, you have weight where you want it, not where you don't want it. That's kind of my philosophy on that. So you can load it up and make a heavy bow, or you could, you know, back off and have a light bow. I love the grips on all the bows, very repeatable. It's all the same grip. They've not changed anything on that, and they're fantastic. So here's my final product, final build on the 30. So I've got, you know, still the stock strings on there, so drop me a line on color. I'm gonna throw some A3 bloodlines on this bad boy, I believe. In terms of the sight, I've got the HHA frame. I'm a HHA guy through and through. That's the Tetra Max pick mount. Keeps everything nice and close. I've got the UV3 SE 3-pin on the front. The SE also has the Viz ring in it, which I think has been a great sight picture. I like what they've done there. Hamskea Raptor Peep Primo. It's going to go on all my bows. Hamskea Epsilon Rest. It's a set it, forget it rest, and I love that. In terms of bars, cutter all the way. These are 8-inch in the back with 5 ounces of weight. Their V bars are, you know, the best on the market. If you're a hunter, you lock this bad boy in and it's not going to move. In terms of the front bar, I've got a 12-inch with 2 ounces of weight. I've got the drop QD on the front. And I actually liked it there. I found that the bow balanced extremely well and left this vibration dampening piece that comes with the bow there. And it shoots really well. In terms of cams, it's got the EC2 cams, which, you know, I will tell you, you know, you can go for speed cams and those types of things, but you saw the speeds. In my opinion, I don't know why I would want an extra few feet per second with 289 with the arrow weight that I want to shoot. And by the way, that cam is EC, it's easy. It's very linear, it's nice and smooth. You know, it's something you're not going to struggle with. It's got a nice back wall on it. You can adjust the draw length on the cam. You don't need to go find mods. You can adjust the let off on the cam. Again, you don't need to do anything, buy anything special. It's already built into the cam. And you know, I think that is very convenient, and probably one of my favorite cams, to be honest with you. So how does it shoot? Holds really well. It's got the wide limb pockets on it. The stability out at range. So a lot of people are going to see this bow and say, okay, well, it's a whitetail 30, 40 yard bow. No, at 60 yards, I was, Joe and I were shooting dimes at 60 with no issues at all. So, that to say, who is this bow for, right? So it's a carbon bow. It is on the higher range in terms of pricing. So it's going to be for anybody that wants the best of the best. I'm one of those guys. I really, want to maximize everything I can in terms of equipment. I don't want that ever to kind of be an excuse. Of course, I put in the time and practice and try not to ever be the excuse, to be honest with you. But, so it's the best of the best. In terms of the axle to axle length, I think this goes to about 30.5 on the draw length to the maximum side. But, with that, I know Joe's around 30.5. He shot it really well. Again, didn't really have any issues. I think, for me, I like a 32-inch bow roughly is kind of a sweet spot with string angle, but found as I shot this bow, I had no issues really with it. I didn't feel like I was fighting anything. And I'm really a proponent of, take the shortest bow that you can comfortably shoot to go hunting with. Again, you need to be accurate with it and everything. And I think this bow really checks all the boxes. So yes, it's a, Mach 30 DS deer slayer. But I think I would not hesitate taking this out in the backcountry for elk, mule deer, antelope. I mean, you name it. I think this bow will really do it all. And for most people out there, I think they're really gonna get along with it quite well. And if you don't, here's the thing. You've got a 34, a 32, and a 30 to pick from. I don't think any other bow company is doing that in terms of their carbon bows. So with that, I would really recommend you go find your local PSE dealer or friend with one of these bows. Give it a shot. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised and pleased. And with that, I really appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by the channel. Hit a like, hit a subscribe, comment below what string color. Also, if you shot a 30, let me know what you think. If you shot all three, which one's your favorite? I'd love to hear from you. For day-to-day content, go follow me on Instagram. I'm SGHOLMES. Shoot me a DM. I love hearing from everyone. And with that, I'll leave you with aim small, miss small.